All right, green notes for spring, guys. Are you a fan of this note or these kind of notes? Green notes, as in anything that goes green. It could be flowers, could be herbs, could be leaves, anything green leaning, perfect for spring. And this is part of a video that's pulled from my deep dive video on top 10 spring notes. In case you haven't watched the whole video, I have it linked in the info box, or you can just watch these portions that are pulled from those videos, made into individual videos like you see today, edited, because the deep dive videos are not edited. So yes, I've got a great collection of green notes fragrances for you today. Sit back and enjoy. And I'm going to remind you of ScentFest SF once again. We are really going to have an awesome show. I hope to see you here. The link is in the info box. Please get your tickets and book your travel and come and enjoy the show. It's a 3-day show, June 26, 27, and 28 at the San Francisco Fort Mason. It's a historic venue and overlooking the Golden Gate Bridge with views of Alcatraz and San Francisco Bay. So hope to see you here. It's going to be around the same time as a few other events happening in Northern California, all around fragrances and beauty. So it's going to be a big community of industry people and fragrance community folks all here. And this is one of the shows that they're going to be participating in. So hope to see you here. Get your tickets linked in the info box. There's also a video announcement of the show, so you can find out all the details there. Now let's learn all about green notes. If you didn't know already, I already spoke about green floral notes, but green notes for me are awesome and really love it. And I think it has a lot to do with the fact that my dad gardened. My dad grew a lot of vegetables, a lot. Tomatoes were number one, but a lot of other things as well. All these greens, herbs, plants, fruits, flowers, you name it. So when you're a kid and you're just, hanging out with your parents, your dad, while he's digging through the garden, you get to smell the garden vegetables and herbs and fruits and flowers a lot. Maybe that's why I like green notes a lot. I don't know. But there are some people that don't like green notes. So I'm sorry. Give it some time. Maybe you'll eventually end up enjoying the green notes. But I also associate green notes with spring. I feel like because you smell a lot of green, like the hyacinth I was mentioning earlier, hyacinth as a flower, it smells green to me because it's got a very green floral effect. And that's what I like about green notes, just the smell. So let's talk about the first fragrance. Going to the house of Miller Harris. It's CELADON. This is a tomato leaf focused fragrance, and it's a given that I would like this because my dad planted a lot of tomatoes. A lot. One time I remember I had gone away and for a long time from family. I was very young. I came back and the garden had been taken over by these giant tomato plants. And that summer, I ate the best freaking tomatoes because, the tomatoes were so awesome. But, the tomato leaf has a distinct smell and you can smell it here. It's like you've handled the tomato leaves or the tomatoes themselves, because when you pick a tomato fresh off of the vines, it has a very unique green, bitter, almost camphor, almost like marijuana, cannabis kind of smell, and that's what you get here. It's very fresh, green, herbal, spicy, so yum, so great. But yeah, when I smell fragrances with tomato leaves, I always think about that time my dad had overgrown all the tomatoes in the garden. Like it was a jungle, like a tomato jungle. Like you couldn't even get through. Like you'd have to get a machete and just chop everything because it was just so tall, so tall, like literally it had taken over. And then a few days later, everything was like chopped, tomatoes picked. It was back to normal. So crazy. All right, moving on to the house of ORIZA et LEGRAND. This is DEJA Le Printemps. So I think this makes sense for spring because printemps means spring. I don't know what the rest of the words mean. So somebody tell me what this means. Add a comment below. But I love ORIZA et LEGRAND a lot. And another store that you guys have to visit if you ever make it to Paris, go to the ORIZA et LEGRAND boutique. It's actually gotten very close to the department stores in the city center. It's actually close to the Madeleine too. Here we have galbanum, grass, lily of the valley, fig leaves, clover, all of these green notes together with a little bit of orange blossom. It's basically spring in a bottle. That's what it smells like. Imagine the springtime when you're in this beautiful, not garden, but a park with hills, all the grass has grown, and little flowers, the clover flowers growing. You can see the little patches of them. That's what this fragrance reminds me of, these hills of grass and little clover flowers and things like that, or little blossoms on the ground. It's super green, very fresh, spring-like. Maybe a bit dewy as well, I should say. So that's DEJA La Printemps. And then we've got a fragrance from the house of ROOS. It's MALAMATA, another fragrance that I've featured in Scent Club. We do have some more of the samples from this kit left too, by the way. MALAMATA is a Dominic Ropion creation. It's so awesome. I already spoke about Synthetic Nature, which used to be Synthetic Jungle, created by Anne Filippo. This does remind me of it, but then it doesn't. This reminds me a little bit more of Pea Vines. Oh my God, it's so good. This stuff is awesome. I was so happy to be able to get this fragrance in our kit. This smells like tomato leaves, pea vines, little white flowers, all in like a little garden basket or something. And the fragrance is super strong under the sun, and you're getting whiffs of it together. That is amazing. That's such a great fragrance. I would rank that as I did a Dominic Ropion deep dive video. I don't remember ranking the fragrances in that video, but this needs to be in my top 10. It's so good. It's apparently a winner of some award. I don't see that listed here. No, it's not here. But I bought this from Javoy, and a friend fell in love with it right then and there. They wanted it, so I had to go back and buy another the next day. It's really good. MALAMATA from ROOS. It's a brand that I don't hear much about, sadly. But for me, it's my favorite from that house, hands down. I love it. Next up, it's Ex Nihilo's Viper Green. Viper Green is the very first Ex Nihilo fragrance I have bought. It's a fresh take on Galbanum. Galbanum is this plant. Actually, it's not the plant. It's the resin. They make a resin out of the plant. And it smells super green. It's the key ingredient in number 19 from Chanel, and I'm not featuring that here today, but anytime I see Galbanum in a fragrance, I want to get my nose on it because I'm absolutely addicted to the smell of Galbanum. I think they make a sticky resin out of it and they use it somehow in fragrances, and I think you have to control your usage because it could just overpower. But I love the way this thing smells. It's known for fragrances like Iris Mollicon. It's super Galbanum forward. Irish Leather, I think it has Galbanum. There's Comte des Garçons Copper that has Galbanum. So it comes up in fragrances here and there. But for me, the Viper Green is all Galbanum. But it's a super fresh take on it. Not classic like number 19, but I'm assuming someone might associate the Galbanum in here with the Galbanum in number 19, and then they kind of make that be classic or, you know, vintage kind of old school smelling. But I absolutely love it. Definitely a great one. I wish it was stronger, but it's super fresh, I think, super fresh. So that is Viper Green from Ex Nihilo. Then we've got Nishane's Ambra Calabria. I've got to include this one. This one also, it's probably warmer, so you can wear this in the cooler days. It's an Ambra Calabria, but it's also green amber. It's got green notes, it's got Galbanum, it's got bergamot, vanilla, and of course amber. Super intoxicating. My number one favorite fragrance from this house. It's kind of underrated, unusual. You don't ever see a fresh amber, but it can happen with something like this. It's just magical. They've never made a 100 ml bottle of that because I think it's an acquired taste. But anybody into green fragrances and amber would probably appreciate this one. But as I was saying earlier, I don't think green fragrances are super popular, but I love them. I really do. And again, oh man, it's developing to smell so nice. Do you guys love this or hate it? Let me know. It does remind me, as I was saying earlier, a little bit of Oolong Cha. A little bit. Like, not the ambery part, the green part reminds me of Oolong Cha. And I think it's the same perfumer who made this and made Oolong Cha. So I'm assuming they used similar green ingredients. It could be a stripped down formula of Oolong Cha that they built on for Ambra Calabria or vice versa, because I get similarities, but it's damn good. It's so good. Hands down the best from Nishane. So that's Ambra Calabria. Up next, going to the house of Aesop, it's VIRERE. Let me know if you're a fan of this one. VIRERE. There's a whole deep dive video on the channel of Aesop fragrances in case you want to learn about this house. They haven't announced any new fragrances, so everything that they had up to that date is what had included in the video. This is super woody, green, but also very aromatic and earthy, major earthy component to it. But this brand makes very earthy fragrances, I should say. It's a brand that's got a cult following, and a lot of people love their skincare products or shower gels or hand soaps. They're very expensive. I do use their deodorants once in a while, but mostly I like their fragrances. They're very expensive, and some of their more popular fragrances now do come in 100 ml, so they're priced a bit better because you get more juice for not double the price of a 50 ml. So that's a good thing, but most of them are just 50 ml fragrances. But here, it's super earthy, woody, green, and aromatic, and spicy, of course. And then I'm going to feature this from Parfums Dusita here. It's Sillage Blanc. It's like an old school Chypre. This is a bit more potent than I would associate with spring because it does have the leather, but you know, spring's not always very warm. If you like fragrances like Aramis by Aramis, Bandy from Robert Piguet, and then Cabochard from Grey, you should like this fragrance, Sillage Blanc, which is paying tribute to those fragrances. I mean, anybody that's a fan of Aramis by Aramis is gonna love this. It's green, leathery Chypre with Galbanum. I love it. Really great fragrance. Really awesome. And I'm going to end the video with two, well, not the video, but this group, this Green Notes group with two fragrances featuring violet leaves, which I find to be green leaning and ozonic. First of which is Cap d'Antibes from 8 and Bob. I do have to say 8 and Bob have changed their bottles. They no longer are square like this. They also have ribs on them now. They're clear bottles. I like this one. It's super ozonic, juicy and crisp. Violet's super potent here. But unlike the violet flower, the leaves are more almost fruity, pulpy, but ozonic, right? Like I said. It's kind of like the inside of a cucumber, or when you slice through aloe vera, that pulpiness. It's how you experience the note. So there's a watery, but more gelatinous kind of effect happening while being super green at the same time. This is so good. I've forgotten about this, and I don't know what's going on with the brand. Well, obviously I know what's going on, not from them, but I've seen that they've redone all of their bottles, and they've launched new collections as well. Cap d'Antibes from 8 and Bob. Let me know if you're familiar with that. And then the last fragrance featuring violet leaves is Bon Parfumeur's 003. My very first Bon Parfumeur fragrance. I fell in love with it in Milan at a store. I think it was 50 ml. And it was warm. It was early September, and it was quite warm there still. And this was very invigorating. So this is Yuzu, Feuilles de Violet, and Vetiver. Feuilles de Violet is, I think it's the leaves of violet or violet leaves. So it's the vetiver in the base, the crisp, pulpy, ozonic note of violet leaves in the heart, and you've got that fresh, bitter, sweet tart yuzu up top. So it makes for a very easy to wear warm spring, warm summer day fragrance. Super crisp. And it's like, you know, you're tired of citruses. I mean, this is not all citrus, but it does feature a citrus. But going back to 003, it's definitely one of the best if you like fresh fragrances. 003 from Bon Parfumeur. Thanks so much for watching that video on green notes. What are your thoughts on the green notes? I know some of you might have a bit of a challenging time with green notes. I absolutely love them myself, but maybe you don't. What do you think? Did you discover a new fragrance in the video that you want to check out? Or maybe you've been a fan and you've noticed that there's a few green notes fragrances missing. Do add a comment. Let me know what it is. But thanks so much for watching today's video. As I said, please like this video. That helps with the algorithm, so give it a thumbs up. And also don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Click that bell icon as well so you don't miss out on any future videos. And as I said, don't forget Scentfest SF. I would really love to see you here and we can meet and also have you enjoy the show. Goodbye.